All right, hey, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, let me give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. In the name of the Savior of the nation of Israel, the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, his name is Yahweh Shai. And the nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, you Latinos, you Native and Seminole Indians. You are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. And the scriptures are written about you, about your history, about your future, and about what we're going through in this present time as well. Okay. Let me give double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well, continually feeding the flock with 100% truth and doing that free of charge. Also, shalom, citations, mercy, and blessings to you sincere brothers that's out there that push this forward with truth and with faith. Shalom unto you. My name is Thaba Wa'a Amath of Great Millstone Northwest. I'm coming back with another message. I hope that this message is received, and if the Heavenly Father allows it, I pray that there's edification that comes from this. And I want to dive a little bit into the Hebrew. I know that that is something that a lot of people will click off of, but I think this is a beneficial thing for the brothers that are sincere and would like to learn more about our original language. This is one of those messages for you. Okay, so hopefully there's edification that comes from this, and you can learn a thing or two. And what I want to do, it's going to be a little bit unorthodox, so bear with me. But what I want to do is I want to go into a specific word, and hopefully brothers can get a better understanding of the Hebrew itself, and then also how we are to use it when selecting certain words, because one of the main things I know for myself and a lot of what I teach in my Hebrew class for the camp here is words and structure of how we would formulate things for a prayer, because that's why I think the Hebrew is the most beneficial is while praying. I think that's where you'll use it the most when praying, and you may use certain words here and there while talking to other brothers, but for the most part you'll use it while you're praying, which is perfectly fine and okay for you to pray in English in a language that you understand. If you're not fluent in the Hebrew, which I'm not fluent in the Hebrew, but if you got a lack of words in the Hebrew, it's perfectly fine for you to give your prayer up in English. In fact, I would say majority of the prayers that I do is in English because I'm on the go, and I'm cursing somebody out. I'll have the words that I know off the back of my hand in Hebrew, but then I'll the words that I need to say in English, I'll say in English. So don't feel bad, all right? And you can always work at that. Anyway, let's go into this word, and the word that I want to go into is actually the word thabawa. Okay, let me do this. Let me open up a note here. Thaba which happens to be my name. Okay, Thaba Wa'a. Okay, my name is Thaba Wa'a Amath. Amath. All right, and like I said, bear with me real quick. We're gonna do this in the paleo here. So bear with me just real quick. Like I said, this will be a little unorthodox. Hopefully next time I will have this together to where we don't have to waste too much time just trying to do this. All right, so the paleo, how you would spell thabawa, you have a tha. Let's see if this is going to cooperate. Last time it was writing it all backwards, and right here it's writing it backwards as well. So this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in fact, write my name backwards, so that way it could be written the correct way, because Hebrew is written from the left to the right. Okay, thabawa. Let's spell this backwards. Thabawa amath. Thama. Okay, that's how you would write amath, and then this is how you would write thabawa. It actually ends in a ha. Okay. It actually ends in a ha, because it's a feminine noun. All right. But this is how you write Thabawa'a Amath in the Paleo Hebrew. Okay. And you could download the app that you just seen me use. You can download that from the Play Store, or even from the Apple iStore, or whatever it's called. You can download that app. It's just, you just type in Paleo Hebrew. This is what the app looks like. You type in Paleo Hebrew. It has this symbol here that you see, ah and a tha, because ah is the first letter, tha is the last letter. Anyway, Thabawa'a Amath, what it means, and what it was taken for when I was named, all right, 12 years ago or so. What it was taken for was for gain truth, okay? The word Thabawa'a means gain, and then the word truth means, or Amath means truth, okay? Now, this word gain could also mean increase. It also can mean increase. It also can mean profit, as far as like making a profit. Okay. It also can mean produce, so on and so forth. The same type of synonyms that you'll have for gain. You'll also have these other words: increase, profit, produce, so on and so forth, as I said. So when you look at this word Thabawa'a Amath, what you'll find is that, and this is why it's important when you're selecting certain words in the Hebrew to really know what those words mean. And this is why we at Great Millstone drill knowing the meaning of words even while reading the scriptures, is because the wrong word used changed the meaning, okay? Because it's supposed to be, my name is supposed to be gain truth. It was supposed to be set as a reminder to continually gain and increase within the truth, okay? And what I have here is the word, the name Thabawa'a, which in fact, when you go and you look up that word, we can use a couple of different things. In fact, I will use a couple of different things. What you'll find is that the word that was used is the incorrect word. All right. I'm going to tell you how I got to that conclusion. First, let's go. I guess the blue letter will be simple and easy. In fact, before we go to the blue letter, let's do this. I got a couple of English to Hebrew dictionaries here. All right. Such as this. And I have this word. Well, as you see, I've been playing around with it a little bit. But look at all these different words that I tried to type in. I tried typing in gain, and I couldn't really find anything, okay? I tried typing in profit, and I couldn't really find anything. And I'm going to actually, let's go over here to the blue letter so that way you can see why it is I chose those words in the first place. Let's type in, actually, no. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let me not get ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Bear with me, okay? I typed in profit. I couldn't find anything. I typed in produce. I didn't find my name there, okay? I typed in increase. I couldn't find my name there. All right. Let me see. Okay, that one's going to add. So let's switch over to this one. All right. Another time. So again, same thing. Okay. You type in all these, you don't really find anything. Actually, under produce in this app right here, you find the word Thabawa'a. Okay. You find it written right here. Thabawa'a. All right. Thabawa'a. Now, when you read this word, Thabawa'a, as you see it there, that's it written in the Assyrian. This is how it looks when it's written in the Paleo, okay? Thabawa'a. Now, when you see it here, underneath it says these definitions. It says grain, crop, produce, yield, harvest, profit, income, okay? So income would be another meaning for the word Thabawa'a, which is like, that's strange, okay? Because my name is Gain Truth. However, this is using it as gain because the word itself is actually a noun, all right? We want it to be in the form of a verb. However, it's a noun. Now, I've had this name for, 12 years or so. I'm not changing it, all right? It's just something that I found that it's actually incorrect. And the way I spell it for the most part is incorrect too, because it actually has a ha, and I didn't find out that it had a ha on the end of it for a long time. I found out a little bit ago, but for a long time I was unaware that it even had a ha on it. So anytime I would spell it, I would just put the tha, the ba, the wa, and the ah, but I would never put the ha there because I was unaware that there was even a ha that was added to that's there to the back of the name. Okay, you can spell it like this. However, that just gets a little confusing seeing the two H's there, okay? And Tabawa Aha is not it's not as appealing as Tabawa Ah. And I go by Thaba in the first place, all right? The brothers have shortened it down to just Thaba, calling me Thaba in the first place, okay? So let's go back here. This word tabua'a, it says that the word as a noun under this definition, it says grain, crop, produce, yield, harvest, profit, income. So that, encouraged me to look up what this word is actually the definition of gain is in the first place. Okay, so you type in gain, and this is what you get. All right, gain as a noun means a resource or advantage acquired or increased. All right, the act or process of acquiring something, an increase in amount, magnitude, or degree. So this is the noun of tabawa'a. All right. It says the increase as a voltage or signal intensity caused by an amplifier, especially the ratio of output over input, the signal gathering ability of an antenna. That's what the word gain is, okay? Now look at it as a verb, which is what it was supposed to be under, all right? Gain truth. That's not something, you're not using that in the form of a noun, which a noun is a person, a place, or a thing, okay? It's supposed to be used in the form of a verb of actually gaining truth, all right? And continually gaining truth, not necessarily a gain as far as like a profit or extra income or something of that nature. Okay, so sorry Salaki, I don't know what just happened. I guess I tapped something wrong. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. So gain under the verb definition, it says to acquire or get possession of, usually by industry, merit, or craft, to win in competition or conflict, to arrive at. It says to get by a natural development or process, to establish a specific relationship with, right, as in gain a friend. It says to make an increase of a specific amount, to increase in a particular quantity, to win to one side, to cause to be ordained or given, all right, of a timepiece, to run fast by the amount of, all right, to get advantage, to increase, all right, to increase in weight. Damn it, I did that again. All right, there's no apparently the back button just takes me back to this. So Salakia, like I said, bear with me. It's a little unorthodox, but I want to show you, I'm going through this to show you the difference between the noun and the verb. And although they use the same type of words, the noun is speaking of something that is physical. The verb is speaking of an action, okay? And what I was named for is after the action of gaining truth, not the action of the truth being something that can be gained in a physical sense, okay? It says to increase in weight, to improve in health or ability of a timepiece, to run fast, to get closer to something pursued, usually used with on or upon. All right, gain ground. All right, the verb gain, gainer, noun. All right, let's see, synonyms. All right, you see in the synonyms, you got the word increase, you got the word plus, you got the word more. All right, I'm sorry, I'm reading that in the verb, or I'm sorry, in the noun. This is in the, God damn it. All right, I don't like how touchy this app actually is. All right, oh, okay, I could just swipe the screen and it'll go back. So Salakia, I didn't know that, I just learned that. As a verb, to accelerate, accumulate, appreciate, all right, to build up, to enlarge, to escalate, to expand, increase, all right. This is increase in the form of a verb, okay. Increase means to become progressively greater, all right. To multiply by the production of, all right, to make greater. This is what increase as a verb actually means. Okay, increase as a noun is the act or process of increasing, addition or enlargement in size, extent, or quantity. All right, something that is added to an original stock or amount by augmentation or growth. All right, which that kind of works as a noun. On the increase. Okay, let's see what some other words is as far as synonyms are. 'Cause something else that I saw was profit. Okay, I saw the word profit. I saw the word produce. All right, and I believe inside this app, the way I actually found Tabawa'a was under produce. Okay, let me see. Let's look up the word produce. Yep, under produce, I found this word for Tabawa'a. All right, and this is produce in the sense of a noun. Okay, not in the sense of it being a a verb. All right. Let me see what we have here under increase. Under increase, under the verb, we don't have tabawa'a. All right. So that's the point. Okay. Now let's go to the blue letter and let's look up the word tabawa'a. It's the Strong's 8393, and it's used in a number of scriptures. One of the scriptures it's used in is in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 47. Okay. Genesis 47 and 24. We have the word tabawa'a written in this scripture. And it's underneath the word increase. Okay. It says, and it shall come to, this is Genesis 47 and 24, and it shall come to pass in the increase that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh. Now it's talking about the increase. Let's roll up a little bit. Okay. This is Genesis chapter 47 verse 23. Then Joseph said unto the people, behold, I have brought you this day into your land. I have bought you this day and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land, and it shall come to pass in the increase, okay, in the yield, in the crop, all right, in the fruit, okay, that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and the fourth part shall be your own for seed of the field, and for your food, and for them of your households, and for the food of your little ones. Okay, so this is of course when Egypt was about to go through the famine that ended up bringing the house of Jacob together. Okay, after Joseph was sold into Egypt and became great underneath Pharaoh, due to his wisdom and being able to interpret the dream, which was telling Pharaoh that they was going to have years of plentiness and then years of famine. So this is in the midst of that story. You can go and read Genesis and get the whole backstory if you're unfamiliar with it. The point that I'm making right here is in verse 24. You have it saying that it shall come to pass in the increase. When you look up this word, all right, when you look up this word for increase, what you find is that it's the word tabawa'a written right there. Okay. Now it says ba tabawa'a right there. It says ba tabawa'ath is what's written, because it's saying in the increase. Ba tabawa'ath is what's written right there for the Strong's 8393. But when you actually look up the word, it tells you it's tabawa'a as a feminine noun, part of speech, feminine noun. Okay. Now, just because it's a feminine noun, that doesn't really mean anything. The word kingdom is a feminine noun. That doesn't take, just a noun or a word being in the feminine or in the masculine form does not take away from the meaning of it. So don't get twisted up when you find feminine nouns and be like, oh, I gotta be manly. No. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. Okay. It's a feminine noun. All right. And it says that the outline of biblical usages is produce, product, revenue, product, yield, crops of the earth usually, income, revenue, gain of wisdom, figuratively, product of lips, figuratively. Okay. Feminine noun. All right. Income, produce, literally or figuratively, fruit, gain, increase, revenue. All right. So for my name to be gain truth or increase truth, it's being used. The actual word here is to be used for something physical. All right. Even if you're saying this figuratively, it would be like fruit. All right. We're not talking about, my name's not for the fruit of the truth. Okay. It's to gain and increase the truth. All right. If that makes sense. So let's look at what it says down here in the Chaldees lexicon. It says female produce as of the earth. Let me see. Get this to open up. Produce as of the earth, of corn flour, all right, of the wine press, of the vineyard, all right. Gain, profits is the second definition it has here, all right. The profit of the wicked, all right. Gain resulting from wisdom, okay. Now that's gain resulting from wisdom if you're applying wisdom properly and you're increasing in your substance. Like Job had great gain due to the fact that he maintained his integrity. He started off with great gain and he ended up with even more gain. All right. Solomon had great gain because of his wisdom. Okay. It says metaphor, fruit, result, the fruit, results of his work. Okay. So when it's saying fruit and it's saying these things and it's saying it's figuratively, it's not speaking about something. It's not speaking about the verb of gaining something. All right. It's still speaking about it in the manner of a noun. All right. It never goes away from that, from it being a feminine noun. Part of speech, feminine noun. It's always in that fashion. All right. Let's look at some of these scriptures down here where this word is used. All right. So we read the Genesis 47:24 and Exodus 23:10. It says, in 6 years, thou shalt sow thy land and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. That's not speaking of it being a verb or an action. The verb there is gather. All right. The verb there is, you got the verb sow, you got the verb gather there. All right. But the fruit is a noun. All right. Land is a noun. Okay. It says, this is Leviticus 19:25. It says, and in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the Lord Yahweh your power. All right. Leviticus 23:39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord Yahweh 7 days. On the 1st day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. That's, of course, speaking of the fruit, feast of the first fruits. All right. Let's jump down a little bit to some more different type of scriptures. You see all these. Let's look at how this is used in all these scriptures. All these scriptures that's right here. We got the word fruits, increase, fruits. All right. But when it's let me go back. Leviticus 25:20. And if ye shall say, what shall we eat in the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow nor gather in our increase. Okay. So it's still speaking of the physical thing. It's not speaking of it being increased as far as the action of something being increased, because that's what a verb is. A verb is something that describes an action. Okay. It says fruit in Leviticus 25:21. Fruits, fruit, increase, increase, increase. All the increase speaking of the yield that you would get from farming. All right. Let me see. Let's just jump down to something random down here. Revenues. Jeremiah 12:13. They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit. And they shall be ashamed of your revenues because of the fierce anger of the Lord. Okay. Ezekiel 48:18. And the residue and length over against the oblation of the holy portion shall be 10,000 eastward and 10,000 westward, and it shall be over against the oblation of the holy portion, and the increase thereof shall be for food unto them that serve the city. All right. So when it's speaking about the increase, it's not saying that It's not saying like the action of it being increased. No, it's speaking about the yield. It's speaking about, the fruit that's produced. All right. So this word tabu'a, that is my name. All right. That I've been named. All right, through the spirit of the Lord, which I'm not gonna change. It's like, oh, you could change it. No, I'm not gonna change it. All right, my name is Thaba. It's always been Thaba. It's gonna continue to be Thaba. All right, it's just I've become aware that it's the wrong word used for what it was supposed to mean. However, that's not gonna deter me and make me change my name. I'm already established in this name. Okay, let's put it like that. You have to remember that this really means to produce a revenue, a product, a yield. Now, when I was named this, I know where this came from. There used to be a booklet. All right, I forget exactly what the website was, but there used to be a booklet that was set up, and this word was set up as the word for gain or for increase. And a lot of brothers received their name based off of that booklet, especially in those earlier YouTube years, prior to 2012, prior to probably 2015 or so. Really, a lot of brothers' names was based off of those Hebrew words that was just written within that booklet without anyone actually doing any deep dives to see what these words could mean. Now, I have here, let me switch gears a little bit. I have here, get some light here, so I want to turn this camera on. Things can be visible, all right? Now, I have here let me do it like this. I have a concise dictionary of classical Hebrew, okay? And when you look inside here, all right, don't mind the mess of my desk here, okay? When you look inside here, I did look up this word tabu'a inside of this, and you see it here, all right? Let me try to hold this page back. Get something to hold this page back real quick. All right. You see here for the word tabu'a, all right? You have the tha. Let me get something to point with. I got a pen. You have the tha, the ba, the wa, the ah, and the ha. And this is the exact same of what we've seen inside the blue letter. Okay, and it tells you that it is a noun, feminine. Okay, female noun, so to speak. Okay, and it says, and for the definition of it, produce, yield, harvest, etc. Okay, the harvest time. Okay, income, profit, gain. So it's gain in the form of profiting. It's gain in the form of the harvest. It's gain in the form of the yield of the produce. Okay, the harvest. This is what this word actually means. All right, it's not in the form of the verb gaining. All right, it's not in that form. So when you're looking at the Hebrew, you kind of got to be careful and you have to pay attention to certain things. All right, you have to pay attention to the part of speech that the word is being used, because I noticed that brothers will run with the first word they see, because they'll skip past and look at the definition, and they'll run with that word, but they won't actually see what manner of word it is. And that's something important, especially if you want to be, it's 444 in the upper left-hand corner right now, called Layim Yalbashim Yashabashim Kakodash. It's especially important when you want to properly putting things together within the Hebrew. Okay, you wanna pay attention to the part of speech. You want to pay attention to what kind of word it is. And I've kind of been harping on the brothers in the Hebrew class that I teach for the camp. I've kind of been, going into that, and this is a perfect example that shows why it's important to actually know what kind of word it is, whether it's a noun, an adjective, a verb. And I'm learning what those things are myself, because I'm not good at English. I'm not good at speaking English. I'm not good at the topic of English, grammar and so on. And I'm having to learn that as I dive deeper into the Hebrew. Okay, let's look at. Let me see. Let's look at. Is there anything else to look at? Let me see. I'm curious just to see if there is a word for gain and to see what it is. No gain of money, it is gain to him. I'm curious as to what these words are here. Now, if you go to the, let's turn this camera back on one more time. If you go and you look at the blue letter here, right? And say you come up here and I type in the word gain, and it comes up with, it comes up with all this. When you hit this right here, the lexicon, what the lexicon does, the lexicon C, all right, Lexi Concordance, I think is what it's short for, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that because I just made that up practically. I'm making a guess, okay? But you click on this tab here after typing in a word, all right? Because what you'll get when you first type it in is the primary, which is going to list a whole bunch of scriptures that use the word, all right? Now you can go from that. You can hit the Strong's here, and that will come up with the letters, the Strong's number, for you to be able to look at it. But before even doing that, the best thing you can do is you can come over here to this lexicon, and you can scroll down from there, and it's going to start listing out all the words it have for that word. Now, you see I got it clicked here for any part of the word. I don't want that as any part of the word. I want it for the exact match for the word gain. And then you start seeing these different words here. Okay. And when you look at this, guess what? You do not find Tabua'a. Now, I don't know how to do this from the phone app. Okay. I know how to go through this process on the computer. But as far as the phone app, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. So if a brother does know, okay, look, we do have the word gain, or we do have Tabua'a right here. Okay, we do have the word Tabua'a right here. Strong's 8393. So it is there. All right. But as we know, this is a noun. All right. And then you can look at Greek words as well. So that's a handy function within the blue letter that I'm not sure if most brothers know how to use. All right. Oh, that's interesting. So my camera just cut off because I'm not actually recording with the camera, so it just cut off. You can hit this, and then it'll show you the Greek and the Hebrew at the same time. All I did was hit this little arrow here. All right. So I scrolled down here, but all I did was hit that arrow, and it just widened it to where I got the Greek on the one side and I got the Old Testament Hebrew on the other side. Anyway, what I wanted to do was kind of look into a couple of these words and kind of just see if there is an actual, this is an adverb, all right? This is an adverb that we had typed in for gain, and it means back or backwards. And when you look at this, it kind of gives you, that's because it says again, right? It gives you the definition, a kind of summary of the definition or the usages of those words. So this is a very handy function or feature of the blue letter, okay? Let's try to find one that's gain. Covetousness, gain. All right, let's look that one up. That word is bataza'ai, something of that sort. Bataza'ai. That's a interesting word. All right, cut off, gained. Let's see what this is right here. A verb. Okay, a verb, and it means to be cut off, break off, gained by unrighteous violence, cut off, stop, violence. So this wouldn't be one that I would think is the proper type of word that we want to use when speaking of gaining truth. All right, that wouldn't be the right type of verb for us. Okay, and you see here the definition: covetous lucre, redeem, again, gain. This is interesting. Let's look up this one. Zaban. All right. Zaban. Let's look up this word here. That says that it's a verb. Okay. Zaban. And it says to buy, gain. All right. Salakia, my camera's going to keep doing that just because I'm not actually recording with the camera. I'm doing a screen recording, but it's going to keep on doing that. All right. So just bear with me. All right. To buy, gain as a principle. All right. Acquire by purchase, gain. It's only used one time in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, verse 8. All right. Let me see. Gain, and it says it's corresponding to the root of this word here. Let's look up this word here. This is the word Zabayaan Ana. Zabaya Zabayana Zabayana Zabayana. Okay, Salakia. Zabayana. All right. Zabayana, which is bot, but this is someone's name. Okay. Zabayana. So not quite what we're looking for there. Let's see if we can find something else. Price, worth, sold, gain, higher. Let's see. And the water for bearing with me. All right. I know that this isn't the most, the most exciting lesson, but I feel like there's something that can be picked up from anyone. So gain, we don't really find that great of word. We got increase and unjust gain, but I don't really want to go with that either. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in the word increase. All right, I'm gonna type in the word increase, and again, hit this lexicon C over here. You got increase in truth, more, add, exceed, continued, give. This isn't bad. Let's look at what this word is. Yasop. All right, the word yasop, which is a verb. All right. Let me do this so that way the screen can quit doing that. We'll type in increase like this. Increase. And let's see. Nope, nothing in that's gonna be able to allow me to search range. Okay, that's not gonna do it either. All right. I was trying to see if there was a way that we can that I can do like how it was right there in the on the computer. Let's just open this back up. I'll just have to keep on doing it like this, I guess. All right, add, increase, do again. To add, increase, do again. To join oneself to be joined, to be added to cause, to add, increase, to do more, do again. All right. So this is like a word for increase. This isn't quite what we're looking for. You brothers get the point though, okay? You what I would look for is something that is an actual verb, and then I would go through all of these to see which one is actually the word that we want, because we know that this word here, thabu'a, is a noun, okay? It's not quite what we're looking for, okay? Tharab wath, tharab Tharabwath, or something of that sort right here, all right, which is going to be a play on off of Thabawa'a, okay. Magnify, here we go, magnify or increase, the word shaga'a. Let's look up this shaga'a, okay. Let's see what this has to say. To grow, okay. Ooh, as a verb, right? To increase, grow, magnify, grow, great, to make great, to magnify, laud, okay? So this will be more of a proper thing as far as what my name was supposed to mean. I'm not changing my name by any means. I'm just showing you brothers I'm just showing you brothers examples of how things how important it is to actually know the word that you're looking at and to know what it means, okay? Because you could end up 12 years down the road finding out that your name it doesn't really make the most sense, okay? But either way, that's pretty much the point. I guess another word I can look up is produce. I'm gonna go ahead and end it in just a second. I want to look up one more produce. Actually, I can look up prophet. Let's look up prophet. May prophet, the son of man. What prophet shall I have? Let me look this up on the computer just real quick. Bear with me. Let's look this up. I'm gonna hit that lexicon C. Prophet. there's a couple of different words that's here that actually look more beneficial as to what it could mean. Profit, all right. More, better, over, profit, moreover, further, covetous, gain, lucre, excelleth, excellency, profitable, better, all right, something like that. And then also using sometimes you got to use the synonyms. You got profit, and then another one was produce. Produce truth. Let me see what this word is here. Produce. It's a verb to come near, approach. So this wouldn't actually be what we're looking for either. So hey, that's the point though. That's the point. Okay. So hopefully you receive some edification from this. All right. I know I didn't really go into a whole bunch of scriptures and break things down and do anything of that manner, but I wanted to kind of highlight the importance of knowing how Hebrew words function, knowing the function of the word and how that will affect the meaning of it. So that way brothers will avoid just finding a word, looking up a word, finding it and be like, oh, that's the Hebrew word for something. And yeah, it very well could be a Hebrew word that means that. However, in what form or what fashion does it mean that? And this is all for the sake of edification. So that way brothers can be a little better equipped when dealing with the Hebrew. All praise and glory goes on to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors on to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well. And shalom and citations to you sincere brothers that's out there pushing this word with truth and with faith. Shalom unto you. Continue to cry to the Heavenly Father in hopes that very, very soon we get up out of this place, man. Until next time, shalom.